Good morning, YouTube. This is Rockhead from Virginia Rockhead. Today is Wednesday, so we've got the Wednesday barrel, CW. This is the Kino Hall, and after this we will have the internet purchased rocks barrel. We'll do a progress check on both of those. And then tonight, the Lotto tumbler is going to be finished with the polishing stage of a batch of rocks, but that will probably be a video for tomorrow. So right now, let's do a progress check on our Kino barrel. Okay, so here is the contents of the Kino Hall barrel. Got a lot of different stuff. Blue chalcedony here. Of course, we have our geodes here. The labradorite. That piece wasn't sure. It's not a real sunny day today, but we got a lot of stuff going on here. So we will check this out, and we'll talk about a couple rocks of interest, and then we'll go through and see if anything is ready to move on. Oh, there comes the sun. And there's some labradorescence going on. See if any more of it wants to show off. So stand by. We'll talk about a couple rocks of interest. Okay, we'll just talk about a few rocks of interest. Here's the geode. That's been going on for a while now. Not much change week to week, even with the new rougher 3570 grit. And then I thought, what am I going to do once this thing does grind down? I'm just not a geode guy, I guess. Anyway, that'll go back in the tumbler. Here is one of the thunder eggs, and it's got a little druzy pocket right there. So at some point I guess I'll just have to polish that with the pocket in there. This is the Laguna lace. This stuff is bumpy. It will never be smooth, so it's really hard to tell when this stuff should move on. So I'm just kind of holding some pieces back and sending some pieces to the polisher. It's got some good color on it. So, little quartz pocket. It's hard to say. Maybe I'll send this one to the polisher. Here's the purple passion. Got a big old pocket right there. Some rock, some crust right there. Obviously a lot of crust right here. It's got a long way to go. We just put it in recently. This piece has got some nice size to it, some beautiful color. It will be a beautiful rock in a few weeks. This is the blue chalcedony. Look at that hole in that thing. I almost put my entire thumb in there. So, what do I do with that thing? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So what I normally do when I don't know what to do is I put it back in the tumbler. Here's a piece of the labradorite. It is really rough, but labradorite is really rough. So it's got a lot of crack. I think I'll just send this piece to the polisher as well. The Kimbaba jasper. It's kind of rough by nature too. The dark green is never going to be perfectly smooth with the lighter green. But this piece has this little inside angle right there. So I could cut this whole thing right through here and make two rocks out of it. put it back in the tumbler and let it smooth out. Or I could just send it to the polisher now, which is what I'm leaning towards. Okay, those are the rocks of interest. I'm just going to take you off the holder here and show you all of these rocks are moving on. Got the ruby and zozite moving on. That thing moved quickly. The ruby part is starting to undercut a little bit, so I figured better get it in the tumbler before it undercuts even more. The blue tiger's eye. A lot of this stuff is not smooth, you know, it's just never going to be smooth, or it's going to grind down to nothing. So we actually have a lot of rocks right now waiting for the tumbler. I normally use my Lotto tumbler, but I do have a 10-pound Thumblers tumbler, vibratory tumbler, that maybe I'll get that thing going. I've never used it before. Okay, so that is it for now with the Kino Hall. What I have to do now is go check out my Kino Hall and see what we've got ready to put in the barrel, because after this week I'm sure we will have room. Stand by for that. Okay, so we have a lot of room in this barrel after the progress check today. So we're gonna add the rest of the Kino Hall. This is the Kimbaba Jasper. This is Indian Garnet. This stuff is really heavy. These are the Thunder Eggs. Get those in the picture. And this is a really high grade Laguna Agate. I was kind of saving that stuff for the grand finale. Well, this is it. This is the end of the Kino Hall. So we might even have room left this barrel for something else. And since I'm out of the Kino Hall, I have to start transitioning this barrel to either another locally collected rock barrel or another internet purchased rock barrel. So maybe a few of you could sound off and let me know which you prefer, the internet purchased rocks or the locally collected rocks. We'll start transitioning this barrel over to that. So up next is the Thumblers barrel full of internet purchased rocks. Okay, here's the contents of the Thumblers 15-pound barrel full of internet purchased rocks. These rocks are looking really good. Here's a piece of the leopard skin jasper. It's got a little pocket right there, but otherwise looking good. This crazy lace, I just realized, has been in here for 3 or 4 months. That's a long time. And the same thing with the Botswana agate. It's also, these were the first rocks that I started with, and these guys and the crazy lace started it all off. Everything else has since moved on. The sodalite and the unikite, it's all gone. But these guys are hard. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got the polychrome jasper. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go through. Oh, look at this. There is still a piece of unikite left. So I'm going to go through this and pick out some rocks of interest, see if anything's ready to move on, and I'll be back with you in just a flash. Okay, so we're losing daylight fast here. I'll wrap this up as usual. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. This rock is the whole nodule Botswana agate that I put in last week. It was all covered in brown crust. You couldn't see it at all. So the 3570 grit did a real good job of cleaning all that crust off of there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have all those beautiful bands that Botswana agates are known to have. There goes Katana. So I have a few more of these. Maybe the other ones will be a little better. This one, I must say, is just a little disappointing. Another rock of interest. This is the one that I pointed out just a little while ago. I said I was going to grind it, take it to the grinder and grind that nub off. So I did that right there. I guess it's hard to see, but yeah, I grinded the nub off. So this will go back in the tumbler, and that should be taken care of by next week. And then the last one is the Batman's eye. You can still see it's got that little fracture right there. That is by far my favorite part of this rock, so I am just not going to move that thing on with that fracture still there. So that will go back in the tumbler. All these rocks right here are moving on. That's a lot of rock. We got a lot of rocks moving on, which means we should have a lot of fully polished rocks coming down the pike here real soon. So right now I am going to go add some stuff to the Thumblers barrel. So let's see, we should have a lot of room. Let's see what we can add this week. Okay, had to finish the rest of this video inside because it got dark on us. This is a Brazilian agate. I will post a picture of before and after. I had to break this stuff up with a hammer and chisel. We'll add that. We got plenty of room in the tumbler. This is the rest of the polychrome jasper. So we will add the rest of that. That's a pretty cool looking little piece. And then we will add one more whole nodule Botswana agate. Hopefully this one has the bands. And then I think we might have a little bit of room after that. We will add some ruby and zoisite that I actually had to break up with a hammer and chisel as well. I have a video for that I'll show later. Okay, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching.